Well, hello and welcome to North Hobart Oval for this Women's Statewide All-Star Series between the SFL and the NTFA. A big game coming up. It's all for naught as both these sides were defeated by the NWFL last week in a couple of games that were played at Girdleston Park and Penguin at the Twin Ovals. My name's Tubes Taylor. I'm joined by my good friend Andrew Cooling. And Drewy, what are you expecting out of this match between these two very proud associations?
I'm expecting an entertaining battle, and perhaps with the fact that neither can win the championship outright, maybe that'll lead to an open and attacking game and a few more risks being taken, because if you lose, it's not the end of the world. Hopefully some positive football. A bit of a scrappy game before this one, but looks like we're going to go the early start here. We're kicking off nice and early here at North Hobart.
I like it, Drewy. I like it. And it's a big match-up in the middle with Cecilia Cameron taking on Stacey Fox. So that's where the ball will start, in the middle of North Hobart Oval. Just coincidentally, we saw a massive win to the SFLW in the previous match, a 35-point win for the SFLW over the NTFA. But this game is all about pride, representing your league. We've seen these two teams go. A couple of players to watch from the north: Meg Sinclair, Ella Mora, Georgia Hill, and the captain, Deanna Taylor. From the south, it's the Barwick girls, Gemma Webster, Sarah Skinner, and Shani Wiley down back. And ruck contest is won down by Fox. She taps it down the throat of Gemma Webster, who gets a handball away. Umpire's pulled out a free kick. It'll go the way of Webster. Webster goes back. A couple of leads are on. She plays on quite quickly. Her kick out towards Skinner. Skinner can't quite take the mark. Riding her hard there is Crooks. Skinner goes back and takes the handball out. Nicely done to Limbrick. Limbrick's kick is affected by a tackle. Nicely tackled though. Now the handball comes out to Alex Hall. Hall gets it off, but it's coming straight back with Perry King taking the mark, and it'll go out of bounds rather for a boundary throw-in.
Just slung off at the kick there, so a throw-in. Shouldn't be too much of a wind advantage either end. It's a lovely day here at North Hobart. The sun is shining as the throw-in goes over both the ruck's head, and they'll gather at some good work at ground level. It deflected off of Fox. Now struggling to get free as Blair. Eventually the umpire comes in and says, I'll have it. We saw plenty of that in the curtain raiser, the under-20s clash. Plenty of stoppages in that battle. So I'll toss it up again. One down by Cameron. Leading out at it is Barwick for the SFL. Sweeps the handball behind to Limbrick. Limbrick swings them further forward. A good kick to Skinner. Takes it tight to the boundary line. Wheels inside and then chips one to half forward. Wasn't the best kick though. Didn't really give Shannon much of a play on it. The ball will be taken away. Eventually the handball got out of the pack, and the ruck Cameron again was able to get rid of it, but Stacey Fox is there for the set. Just buffeted off it though by Crooks. And
great tackle.
A free kick is paid to the NTFA, and she'll turn and punch one towards half forward. The intercept mark taken back there by Jenna Farrow. Very good in the air as Farrow, and she'll launch them forward here. Not the best kick though. Clean take up through the middle. Superb stuff there from Hennessy. Hennessy sends it to half forward. Farrow again was parked back there. Intercepts for a second time. Swings her side to half forward through the legs of Skinner. A little bit high there, and a free kick will go the way of the North.
So the Northerners will take the free kick. I think it's Crooks that's got it again. So she's been busy quite early. Her kick going up forward. Nicely taking the mark. There was Mora. Mora wheels around onto her right boot. Kick might have been smothered there a little bit. No, it wasn't. Nice mark taken down there by one of my favourite players, Olivia Hudson, who plays for the South East Suns down here in this competition. Her kick, though, no good. Out to Taylor. Taylor's got a short one in Mora. Mora can't quite take the mark. Taylor goes back and butters up. Gets through the tackle there of Hudson. It was all right in the end. Nicely done by Hall, and the umpire will ball it up. So pretty good piece of play here early. Just mentioning that the South have 10 players that could have played in the under-20 competition earlier today. So good signs for the South for their development as they go forward again. Just through the fingertips there of Barwick. Might have been Lily Ellis actually. Tapping it back. That's good attack on the footy by Perry King. Nice tackle laid there again by Blair. Taylor out towards Cecilia Cameron. Trying to get the footy is Webster. Kick comes out. Here's a chance now for the South. Barwick picks it up. Got a handball away just to the opposing number 2, Bresendale. Diving on the footy is Lily Ellis. Skinner, Barwick rather. Cameron at the bottom of the pack. You don't often see a ruckman or a ruck on their knees, but it'll be a ruck contest here nonetheless. So Fox and Cameron tap down. Barwick got a handball out quickly. Fox is going to jump on this one. No, it's going to be Perry King. Fox ends up with it. Perry King tries to get it. Coming through, just attacking with a head there. That might have been Brooke Barwick, the 15-year-old. And we'll see a ruck contest here just forward to centre for the South.
Yeah, good commitment from the players early. Really prepared to put the body on the line and burrow in after these contested balls as Fox and Cameron duel once more. Cameron won that, not decisively, doesn't clear the area. We're going to have another stoppage coming up as Gemma Blair unable to escape there. It's tough early on here. Cameron once again winning the ruck contest down. Looks to follow up her efforts, but skipping free into space was King, but the ball's going to come forward through the dangerous Mora. Sends it to full forward, and it's a good gather, and the handball was clean. It found Meg Sinclair, snapping around the corner into the woodwork. A post up for Meg Sinclair, the first score of the afternoon. Not far away, some really good clean work at ground level led to that chance. So, first blood to the North, but just a minor score as Archer carried out her defence. She was really good against the Northwest last week. One of her side's best was Archer. This one picked up down there by Sutcliffe. Sends it forward in the direction of Limbrick, and They'll run it along the outer wing nicely. Couldn't quite find Tiana Ford. Now it's Shannon at ground level. Ford have to go back after this one, but the NTFA take it away. Through the legs of Hall, and somehow it works out all right as they'll go deeper forward. It's a dangerous looking kick. Wogo from behind. Now will it be gathered by Hudson? Pressure's on here. Can anyone get clean touch? Wogo trying to escape, and she does so with her trademark dash off a half-back and finds a target. That's inside the field of play. It was great work at Wogo.
Yeah, out to Skinner, who took the mark on her knees. Now a long kick out the side of the wing of the George Miller stand. Bouncing ball here, tapped inside. Now a pick up there by Alex Hall. Nice tackle laid by Sharman. Isabella Shannon, rather. And we'll see a ball up. So Fox to do battle up against Townsend. Fox wins it down. No real tap to advantage. So Fox goes back and collects a footy for herself. Round the corner for a kick for Ford. Goes inside forward 50. It's going to be picked up by Brasendale. The handball came backwards. Brasendale's going to get it back. Nice run off the half-back line from the player down there. That was Michaela Binns. Now the North look to get the clearance out of their forward 50. Mora just overran the footy. Good attack on the ball there. Elise Barwick's going to go back and pick it up. Mora just tackled her and pushed her in the back, so it's going to be a free kick here to Elise Barwick. She plays on quickly. Looks up forward. Now it's heavily outnumbered here for Perry King. She's going to go back and try and get the footy. Barwick attacking it hard. Mora just pushed her in the back. Then the kick and off the hands of Hayley Baldwin. And we'll see a ball in. I might give it to you, Drew, seeing as I'm stumbling over my words.
It's well done by Barwick not to give the in the back away there to Mora. Just kind of stepped over in the end rather than infringing. As this one's taken and handball forward by Nicholas. Good tackling pressure. That was good from Townsend, and it'll be rewarded. It's the holding the ball decision, does Sophia Townsend. Half back for the NTFA. Tackling intensity from both sides. Impressive thus far. As Barringer was offering an option on the outside, opted against that, kicked it down the line. Brasendale bending down to gather it, and then Nicholas comes away with it. She does well. Size a kick inside forward 50. Defensive fist came from behind it. Wogo now in there working, picks it up and takes it away. So clean below her feet is at Wogo. The kick across the face to Limbrick will put under a little bit of pressure in the form of Radford, but she gets around her easily enough and then swings it up in the Skinner direction on the wing. Now Skinner chips it further afield. Just unable to complete the mark with Shannon. Goes back and collects it though. Returns it to Skinner. Skinner swings them towards the 50 arc. The intercept mark just dropped down there just to let Grayson Mitchell in. She'll apply the pressure and wrap it up. So a ball up on half forward. End to end this game flowing at the moment. Just the one minor score. The Rucks go at it. Well done by Townsend. But the South are going to come forward through Webster. Manage to screw a kick forward, and then they'll get it slightly deeper in the pocket. Under pressure here is Binns. And a couple to contend with, so just look to blaze it on out of there. A little bit of distance, but doesn't clear the defensive 50. And we're going to have another stoppage.
When the SFL get into space, Drew, they look really good. We saw that with Odwogo running it out through the back line and up through Skinner on the half-forward line too. So they look good when they get a bit of space. Gemma Webster now into that space. Gives it off to Limbrick. Limbrick's kick goes out towards Baldwin. Baldwin looks up. Has a lead of Fox. Into the pocket. Stacey Fox reads it best. Out the back. Now's a chance here for Mitchell. Mitchell gives it off to Skinner. Skinner with a handball over to Brooke Barwick, and it's going to be a free kick going to the 15-year-old from Glenorchy. She's going to have a shot on goal. So the free kick just with a fall into the back there, Drewy, nodding your head.
Yeah, fairly regulation decision, that one, right under the umpire's nose.
So Brooke Barwick to go back and put the SFL's first score on the board. How's the kick off the boot? Gee, it's just sprayed to the near side. So scores are level.
So one behind apiece here. 6 minutes and 8 remaining in quarter number one. So from fullback, they reload. This one's got Webster's name written all over it. Drop one she probably should have taken in the end. Uses the speed to wheel back and retreat, and then swings it up in the air. That just invited a little bit of danger though in the turnover. We'll see the North with a chance to flood forwards. The handball off. And kicking it straight back in the Webster direction. Fell over her head. Out the back in the SFL will look to repel. It's Barwick on the wing. Tracks it down. She's under pressure from behind. Did well to get the kick away. And found a target too. So well done Barwick. She found Grace Mitchell. Mitchell looks to steer it inside 50. But once again, it's just a little bit rushed. The intercept taken back there by Hill. The kick wasn't at best, but Binns able to make it work as they clear the defensive arc and send it down towards the wing. Here's Breward. Oh, she lets in Odwogo. That's dangerous. Priscilla Odwogo sends it in the Skinner direction at half forward. Skinner did well with the sun in her eyes. She took the mark. Bad decision to play on into trouble, though. That's holding the ball. And just a lack of awareness there, Chiefs.
Yeah, not happy with it, Sarah Skinner, but it was quite clearly called play on, and she quite clearly did play on. Very well umpired there. The kick comes out wide, finding, I think that's Radford on the far wing. Yes, it is. She looks inboard, goes long up the wing. Nice strong mark from Mora. We know she's got good hands, Ella Mora. Gets called to play on. Nice mark again to Taylor. So they're doing this strategically, the North. Gets called to play on. Nice long kick inside forward 50. Trying to go at the mark was Kelly. Big tackle laid down there by the Southern. I'm not sure who it was. It might have been Skinner down there. Or Barwick. Two very similar looking units. Both strong with nice attack on the play. Fist out now. It comes towards Crooks. She couldn't quite. Barwick gets tackled and she's caught holding the footy. Well, not sure there was a lot of prior opportunity there, Drew calling, but it's going to be a free kick going the way of the North. Spinning out of trouble there was Fry with a nice kick into that dangerous spot just outside the 10-metre square. Diving on the footy down there is Gemma Blair. Wrapped up by Hudson, and we'll see a ball up.
So probing here are the NTFA. One behind a piece here. 3 minutes plus change left on the score board as we tick towards quarter time. The clearing kick came from Perry King. Did pretty well to find a target in Lily Ellis. She was caught between two, but again, good battle there from the Southerners, and they'll force a stoppage. Probably a good result given the outnumber. Barwick's been on the bottom of a lot of packs, and she looks to go in here. This time won't fall for her. Moore is able to pick it up. Got the handball out. Gemma Blair, but the free kick's been plucked. It will go the way of the South. So they'll take it quickly. Handball back to Gemma Webster. Webster just pokes one forward and found Isabella Shannon. Shannon goes towards a 2-on-1. The one was Stacey Fox. Just about controlled it. Couldn't bring it down, though. And now Radford will look to bounce off half-back. Her kick just invites the turnover, though. And dancing through the middle before getting caught there was, I think it was Farrow. Now eventually it spills out wide. Radford toes it forward. Out after this one is Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson turning Sutcliffe and turning her nicely. Then punching one into the forward line. Odwogo has won everything that's come her way so far, though. And she'll look to pick it up again. Just has this uncanny knack to be able to just go in, cleanly grab it and extract it from the situation. And a great kick to boot as she finds Perry King.
King at the wing. Brilliant work from Odwogo. I think you said it. She just first go gets her hands on the footy and then uses her first 3 steps to get away from any danger. King's kick is picked off, though. Short one on for Hennessy. Finds a teammate in Radford. Radford just forward of centre for the North. Plays on quickly with a short one. Oh, just through the fingertips of Sinclair. Now a chance for Barwick to wrap up. She just gets wrapped up in a tackle, though. Nice handball back to King. King's kick goes out to the wing. Now Barwick spins out of trouble and sends the ball forward, but running back with the flight. That's a good mark, easy to Barringer. Barringer's got the ruck there in Cameron. If she wants it, decides against that and goes into the middle of the ground looking for Hall. Hall gets a kick away out for Cameron. Cameron gets wrapped up in a Barwick tackle. Great tackle. Brilliant stuff by the little terrier that is Brooke Barwick against a much bigger opponent there in Cameron. Brilliant stuff by the young player from Glenorchy. Nice long kick going down towards the forward line. Umpires just put the whistle away and trying to shield the eyes from the sun here at North Hobart Oval. Who would have thought it's a winter's day here at the spiritual home of footy. Umpire's going to ball it up finally here at half forward. So Fox and Cameron will do battle. Fox wins it down towards Barwick. Barwick got a handball away, looking for the other Barwick. Diving in there nicely, handballed out. Here's a chance now for Groves. If she can get a handball away, she does. Quick tackle laid was good from Ransom. Out to Cameron. Cameron goes one way then the other. Got a kick away, but it's going to land in her direct opponent's arms there, Stacey Fox. So Fox looks up, sends it deep inside forward 50. Here's a chance for the North, for the South rather. Out the chance, back around the corner for Barwick. Barwick on goal. It's through. So Elise Barwick gets the first. Oh, it's touched off the line. Well called by you, Andrew Cooling. I wasn't watching the umpire. I was watching the player celebrating. But right on the cusp of quarter time, the SFL get their second score of the game. And it is the SFL in front by the solitary point. Zip 2-2, lead the NTFA. Zip 1-1.
Yeah, it puts their noses just ahead of quarter time. And look, there might not have been a goal, but I thought that was a really entertaining first quarter. It was end-to-end. It was
clean.
Really exciting game. We played at a good pace, some good skills. Those skills, unfortunately, just kind of disappeared a little when they got within 25 of a goal, but also credit to the defensive units of both sides. Odwogo, in particular, for the South, I think, has been outstanding. And, look, 2-1, it's a low-scoring game, but a compelling one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Barringer and Binns have been terrific down back for the NTFA. But through the middle, you're seeing the class really rise to the top. There's been the Barwick girls, all three of them are going berserk. Brianna Barwick, particularly number 10, the captain, she's been fantastic. But Brooke Barwick again with a couple of big tackles laid here in the first term. But as you say, a very entertaining, very clean game of footy. Not a huge amount of scrap happening out there as we saw in the under-20s, but we've certainly watched a good game of footy despite the score being 2-1. More like a soccer score there, Drew Cooling. All right, we'll take a quick break. Tubes Taylor here with you, and Drew Cooling will be right back in just a few moments. Stick around for the second term of this Women's Statewide All-Star Series between the SFL and the NTFA in just a few moments. Second term of this Women's Statewide All-Stars Series game between the SFL and NTFA about to get underway. Tubes Taylor and Drew Cooling with you. Calling the game live from North Hobart Oval. It is a 1-point lead, the most slender of margins to the SFL. But an entertaining game we've had so far, Drew Cooling. What do you think the messages are from the coaches at quarter time?
They'd be keep going, I'd imagine. I don't think they'd be looking to change things up too much after that first quarter. Both teams were competing pretty well, and they'll just be hoping the goals might open up a little in the second quarter as we're underway and the ball spills out. And we wrapped up quickly. Ella Mora was limping towards the end of that first quarter, went off, has got some bandaging around her left hamstring, but he's back out there, which is good signs for the NTFA. A key mover for them is trying to break free is Nicholas, but she wasn't going very far. She's brought down, and a free kick will go the way of the SFL. The forwards lead up now, and they'll send this one to the top of the 50, flying from behind there. Was Bailey, couldn't quite bring it down. It might fall into the path of Webster. Webster handballs over the top. Here's an opportunity. It's Skinner. It's a goal. She's bent it home. Beautifully done. The first goal of the afternoon to Sarah Skinner. And it was a very nicely executed one too.
Well, it was just good work from the SFL forwards there just to keep pressure. Okay, a little bit of luck there for Gemma Webster to get the ball over the back, but the handball over the top was excellent, and Sarah Skinner to finish despite being under pressure. That's the quality of Sarah Skinner. She can put you to the sword when she's inside forward 50. Brilliant work from the South, so they extend their margin out to 7 points early in the second term. How to the NTFA bounce back? Looks like we've got a change in the ruck. Sophie Townsend's having a crack up against Sophie Fox. Down it comes for King. King gets it forward. Can't quite get there by herself though. Coming through nicely there was Radford. The kick goes forward for the North, and that's a good mark to the Southerners as they go forward in the form of, that might have been Isabella Shannon. Now a chance out the back. Kicking around the corner was Limbrick. Who's down there? No one, so they tap it through for a rush behind. They'll bring it out again. Binns. Short one's on. Nice mark. Taken by Crooks, who was good in the first term also. Crooks with a short one. It's going to be chopped off by Ford. So Tiana Ford, who's kicked 19 goals in the SFL season proper, goes in, and a beautiful kick to Skinner. And what a kick from Tiana Ford. Brilliant stuff. In comes Skinner. These two play together out at Glenorchy, and Skinner goes bang, and she's got 2 in a minute, Sarah Skinner. And that margin extended now for the SFL.
Yeah, perfect start to the second quarter for Skinner. She got both of the goals. Has been looking threatening down there. Had a pretty good first quarter, probably more pushing up towards the wing and getting on the end of a lot of balls, but doing some good work a little bit deeper inside the 50 arc here and hitting the scoreboard crucially. After no goals in quarter number one, we've had 2 in the opening 3 minutes here, both going the way of the SFL, so on to the NTFA now to hit back. But, as you said, really good composure from Tiana Ford. Took the intercept mark. Knew she was probably a bit beyond her range. Spotted the target. So out of the middle now, Nicholas trying to get the NTFA to forge an immediate response. Cuthbertson's handball went backwards. That's in dispute now. Nicholas will pick it back up. Couldn't quite shrug the tackle. Found it back to Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson inside 50. Down there is Farrow. Farrow plants herself on it eventually. The clearing kick is smothered outside 50. Spun about 240 degrees. Eventually got rid of the football.
Got your protractor out.
Yeah, it wasn't quite the full 360. And picked off in the middle here. So they find a target on this occasion through Radford. She'll swing them inside 50. Farrow was tracking back there. So too Barwick, who does well under pressure from behind there by Sinclair. It's hot in the kitchen. Sinclair eventually comes out with it, sends it forward in the direction of Kelly, taken away from her, and a throw in the forward pocket.
Not sure whether there's some injury news down here for the NTFA, but we haven't seen Deanne Taylor out there too much. We haven't called her name a lot. But she's one of the players that I feel might need to get going, along with Maggie Cuthbertson, a couple of prime movers. So a ruck contest here in the pocket. Barwick with a long one out towards a teammate there in Skinner. Skinner goes back and gathers the footy for herself. She handballs to a teammate trying to find out there was Shannon. Nice work there by Barwick. Out to Barwick. Let me guess, it's going to go to another Barwick. Umpire just lets this one go for a while. We'll see a ball up. It might have actually been Claire Ransom out there on the wing, not the Barwick, so apologies to Claire. Ball up here again. One down. Nice by Ransom. Off to a running player in Webster. Webster short one up to Skinner. Skinner looks back to Webster. Webster looks inboard towards Stacey Fox. Sutcliffe goes at the footy, misses it. Oh, Skinner just come past her. It was actually Barwick that got the footy. Nice play there. Attack on the footy was good from Ford. Ford got a handball off. Oh, brilliant tackle there again laid by the NTFA. A couple of them go at it hard. It's Barringer and Binns. The Bash brothers starting with B, and Barringer's going to take the free kick.
So she'll take it. Deanne Taylor back on the field too. Just saw her in that defensive contest, so that's a good sign for the NTFA. But a little bit of pressure here. The handball eventually found its way out as they work it back to Shannon. Shannon will send them inside 50 looking for Bailey. Didn't bounce accommodatingly for her, but the chance might come to Webster. Webster wheels off onto her left. She sets sail towards the goal square and couldn't quite find Tiana Ford. They combined moments ago, but on that occasion, just a little bit of pressure from Mora, putting her off for a kick perhaps.
Just really quickly, Dion Ford down behind play with a hit to the head. She's got up and she looks to be okay.
So she's certainly in the wars today. Dion Ford is just taking that one out of the ruck and firing it into the post. Not quite there. Almost the goal for Bailey, but just the minor score.
Georgie Bailey, we know she's a beautiful kick of the footy. We know she loves to kick a goal too. The Lindisfarne 2 blue. So the kick comes out, that's good. Player in the middle by herself. There is Hennessy. She plays on quickly. Nice long kick through the middle of North Hobart Oval. Cuthbertson went back with a flight, couldn't quite get her hands on the footy. Now a chance for the South. Big smother laid there by Mora. Off the Sutcliffe kick. Cameron doing well, despite being a ruck, is down on hands and knees again. Loves getting her hands and knees dirty. Does Cameron. Out the back, a little handball for Hall. Fox now can't quite get the footy. Ransom's down there too. Handball came out now. A chance for Max Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe's kick is a bit of a scrubby one, but it might work okay. Brilliant stuff here by the defence of the North as Georgia Hill handballs into Binns. Binns back to Hill. Hill gets it off the ground. The pressure came from Ford. Now it's a 3-on-1 in favour of the North. The South does well. Brilliant stuff there. That might have been Claire Ransom again doing brilliant stuff. Here's Georgie Bailey. Georgie Bailey handballs off to a teammate in Perry King. Perry King's kick lands in the arms of Georgia Hill. Beg your pardon, it's actually Ebony Barringer.
So Barringer called to play on, swings out in the direction of Brasendale, but it flew over her head and the ball's going to come right back at the NTFA defence here. Swung into the heart of the 50 arc, and now coming through with it is Mitchell. Handball back, and it's a pretty good kick. How will it bounce? Just touched on the line. Perry King almost conjuring what would have been a fantastic goal, but the bounce just the wrong side of the post. It's the SFL firmly on top here at the moment. They're 2-5-17, leading one straight behind of the NTFA, and a rather panicked kick just about works. It finds Hall in between two Southerners. Hall dashes past one, but couldn't get past Perry King. Brings her down, holding the football. Probably a bit beyond her range here, King, but they've got the numbers forward. She moves it into the pocket. Couldn't quite find it, though, and now a chance for Hall. Hall gave the handball off to Mora. Mora clears it. Oh, didn't find the target. Found Phillips instead. Phillips is brought to ground, holding the football. Free kick for the North.
Yep, well tackled there by Cameron. Cameron plays on quickly. Out towards Mora. Bouncing ball for Wiley. Wiley does well. Just dropped the footy, though. Umpire hot on it. Good free kick there. Good tackle by Ella Mora. So right at centre wing, in front of the interchanges here at North Hobart Oval. She spreads the ball into the middle of the ground. Little push in the back there. It should be a free kick to Brasendale. So Brasendale will take the kick here in the corridor of North Hobart. Plays on quickly. Short one is on. Nice kick. Oh, should have taken that mark there was Emma Groves. She couldn't quite gather it. Goes back to get it. Out through comes Barwick with a heavy tackle. She's been slung down and is down behind play. She's going to get a free kick.
Straight back to her feet.
Yep. No, she's tough. She is tough, let me tell you.
I reckon most of the possessions have been contested today.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll go through that and have a look at it a little bit later on today as the stats will come through. Quick kick out was good by Grace Mitchell. Tackle was laid on Shannon, who's just looked a little bit slow at times. And the umpire will ball it up here at the half forward for the South.
So 5:45 left on the clock in quarter number 2. The SFL have done all the scoring in this quarter. They've added 2 goals, 3. The NTFA yet to add anything. They badly need a response here. Can Brasendale win a key ball? She can't. Just got outpointed a little bit there by Ellis. Ellis swings the south forward. It's a strong mark taken there by Big Bailey. Physical presence down there. Takes the strong mark. And a big opportunity here to extend the South's lead. Ignores the lead. She'll go back and kick for around about 30 out. Straight through the middle. Goal umpire doesn't move. The SFL skip away to a 22-point break. They're firmly on top in this second quarter, and they are making it count on the scoreboard.
They certainly are, Drewy, and I'll tell you what, 6 scoring shots now in this term to none. And it hasn't looked like going down past half back for the North just yet. I think they need to move some of their prime movers. Like I said, I'd like to see Cuthbertson in the middle. I'd like to see Taylor in the middle too. Haven't seen a lot of Deanne Taylor. Not even sure she's out there on the ground at the moment. She might be resting up forward. Who knows? Anyway, back live. Barwick with another kick forward. Tackled without the footy there was Limbrick. Umpire missed it. Limbrick goes back and gets it again. The handball out towards Barwick. Barwick goes one way then the other. Handball out to the other Barwick. And just missed the mark. Here's a nice bit of work by Nicholas. Limbrick ran over the footy. Mora now has some time. Nicholas with a handball quickly out to Hall. Hall just dribbles one forward, but it should be wrapped up here by Archer, who's got a bit of time to gather the footy. She does. Scrubs a kick forward. It's going to land okay to Barwick. So Barwick at centre wing. Looks up. A short one here is on. Nice mark. Big stretch there by Shannon. Shannon's kick goes deep inside forward 50 to Ford. Nice bit of work by Binns to destroy the forward attack. But Ford just kept going. Now Taylor goes back and takes a defensive mark.
Strong relieving mark taken there by Deanna Taylor. The kick just a little bit too strong. It'll set a foot race. Ellis was favoured in that, was just held back there by Radford. Did well to fight for a draw, and in the end holding the ball decision. So done really well there as Radford. It was initially a 2-on-1. Sorry, it'll be Crooks rather getting the free kick. So done well to emerge with the free kick. Can they get something going forward here, though? This is where it's been breaking down for the NTFA. This next kick to half forward. Brasendale's in acres of space if she can get it to her, but kicked it straight into the player on the mark in Hudson. Shut that down. The pressure comes in from the South. Another holding the ball paid, this time going the way of the SFL.
Yeah, well done, Olivia Hudson, just to go on the mark, effect the smother, and then also to go back up with the tackle.
So they'll look to go forward once more here through the hands, though, of Lily Ellis. Back inside, left behind by Cameron. Now can they sweep something through Brasendale? Brasendale with a handball to Mora, returned it back to Brasendale. Her kick was just affected by a tackle from behind, though. Gathered down there by Farrow, just launches it forward. Standing strong under the high ball was Wiley. And in the end, it's going to be a free kick for a shirt grab going the way of Barringer, I think. No. Teammate will move it quickly and turn it straight over to Webster. Not her best work there. Turned it over and they could be really exposed back the other way. Tiana Ford's got time. Good thing she did because she left the football behind. Now she goes, sends it to the top of the square for Skinner, who takes the mark and can go back and kick their fourth.
Well, we saw in the NWFL versus SFL game that the NWFL were attacking in packs. And we're seeing the opposite here for the SFL. They're happy to get to the contest and have numbers around the footy as Skinner comes in for number 3.
She's been on fire this afternoon, Skinner, and adds a third. And they're kicking away to a handy break now, 28 points. This has been a dominant second quarter from the South. They lead 4-5-29 to 0-1-1. It was 0-2 to 0-1 at quarter time. It has been all the SFL in this second term, and Sarah Skinner at the heart of it.
Yeah, I think this is being set up behind the ball, though. As good as Skinner's been, I think the half-back line of Olivia Hudson, Wiley, and Rachel Archer has just been so strong. And then if it gets beyond that, we saw in the first term, Adwogo was just mopping everything up. Back in the middle. Out it comes for Perry King. Her kick doesn't quite go any further. She got copped high there and a fend off. And it's going to be a free kick to Perry King. So everyone's sort of running the opposite way except Perry King. So handball's off to a running player in Webster. Webster's kick just a little bit overcooked. Here's a chance now for the number 8 of Townsend. Hot on her hammer was Barwick to affect it a little bit into Webster. Webster goes long, kicks towards the umpire. Nice mark taken out there by Crooks, who's been one of the SFL NTFA's best. She's taken a few marks and laid a few big tackles. Short one on here. Mora, nice strong mark at full extension. Does well. Has a player out wide in Gemma Blair. The kick gets there, but it just eludes her a little bit, and Perry King just mops it up. Now a chance as they go forward again. Here comes Grace Mitchell from about 35. Which way does this one bounce? It's going to go through. Brilliant stuff by the vice-captain of the SFL, right on the cusp of half-time here at North Hobart Oval. Her first, and I tell you what, if that's not a thorn in the side of the NTFA, I'm not sure what was. A 5-goal, 3-second term.
Yeah, the gut punch coming with the goal as time expired. Really well done in the goal square there from Elise Barwick too. Let out and just opened that space. Didn't have the journey on the kick, needed it. Bounced in the square from the space she opened up. Really good stuff from Elise Barwick. And a really well played quarter from the SFL. It was a really tight first term. Not so in the second stanza. The SFL flexing their muscles and have got out to what could already be a match-winning break of 34 points. Dominant stuff.
Well, you can see a lot in the body language of the girls out there at the moment. The SFL are on their toes. They're running around to give each other high fives. Everyone else from the NTFA just going in to get a drink. Rightfully so. They've been under immense pressure down back, that's for sure. We'll take a quick break here. It is a 35-point lead, 5-5-35 to the SFL NTFA. Zip 1-1. Tubes Taylor and Drew Cooling coming back to you live in just a few moments. Stick around. We'll be right back. Third term about to get underway in this SFL versus NTFA Women's Statewide All-Star Series. It is a 34-point margin in favour of the South after a massive second quarter from the Southerners. How the NTFA come out and respond is completely up to them. Fox, cop one high. Cuthbertson's moved into the middle. Nicholas out for Taylor, which is great news for this North because their prime movers have been moved into the middle. Now a chance for Meg Sinclair, who can't quite get a tackle away. Nicely done and picked up there by Hudson, and we'll see a ball up. Ruck contest one down again. At least it's in the forward line for the North. Out the back of the pack it comes. Nicely picked up. Who was it down there? I think it might have been Hayley Baldwin, who got slung and copped a high one. Meg Phillips is going to get a free kick here. She copped one high. So Phillips goes out wide, finds Baldwin. Baldwin off half-back. There's a short option on. Just a little overcooked there for the Southerners. And in the arms of Ellis. Ellis got a handball away, but just before that, the umpire said, give it to me, and I'll ball it up.
Yeah, well done, Madison Brasendale. A 2-on-1 there, and did a really good job just to hold up her opponent. Turning with the ball was Nicholas, but it fell to Barwick. Barwick gets the kick forward, marked off by Taylor, but she recovers it, and then with a little banana works it forward for Mora. Just miscontrolling down there, Mora. Let in Barwick, who came in, sweeps the handball out. Now Cuthbertson, some key movers getting involved as you flag Tubes, and now Baldwin picks it up. It's Nicholas trying to find a way through, and in the end Taylor able to get the clearing kick. A couple of forwards hitting up at the ball with speed. Returns it back to Cameron. Cameron's handball, a bit of an awkward one, went straight to Hudson. Hudson needed to play a little 1-2 here, back inside to Ransom. Ransom to half forward. Good mark taken by Shannon. Good hands she's shown today, and looks to square the kick up when searching for Barwick. Couldn't quite find it. Taken away from her by Binns, and Binns comes through with another good defensive effort. Been impressive today, has Michaela Binns. Really been stalwart in that defence for them. And in the end, we'll have a ball up at half-back.
No, I think you're absolutely right, Drewy. Binns has been good down back. She's been under siege a lot. And we saw her in the NWFL game as well, play a reasonable game down there. Nice even contest here. Ford just ran over the footy. Tapped along there by Crooks, who's been pretty good for the North. It might have been Barwick that got it over the back. Quick kick off the ground from Elise Barwick, and another behind for the Southerners. Margin now at 35 points. 5-6-36. The NTFA 1 point alone. Playing on his Binns. Just a little drop kick. Ends up in the arms of Nicholas. Tackled hard by Ellis. Barwick couldn't quite get her hands away. Picked up there by Hill. Hill got a handball off, and the North just dribbled the ball forward, but it's all pressure here. Nice work by Perry King, who got the ball forward. Going back to the flight was Bailey as it goes over the boundary for a boundary throw-in.
So, chance here for the South. Pressing early on in quarter number 3. The throw-in to Cameron. Might get her own ball, but in the end, taken commandingly out of there. Nicely done by Taylor. Sent it up to the wing, but it's going to come right back at them. A little chip kick out to Skinner. Kicked 3 goals in the first half. There's a real live wire in that forward line for the SFL, and she'll look to turn provider on this occasion. She sends it inside 50. Leaping was Barwick. Couldn't quite bring it down. And she's wrapped up at ground level. Have another ball up inside forward 50, but quickly this game has fallen back into the same pattern we saw in the second quarter. It's the SFL firmly on top of the ball, well and truly being played in their forward half. This one will slide out the back and Brasendale control it. She did really well there, Brasendale, to keep it in and then look to dash off half back. The kick put it back into a slightly dangerous area though. Barwick making her presence felt. Now the tackle laid by Ellis. Somehow getting a kick out of there, I think, was Blair, tumbling away in the direction of Rachel Archer. She'll get it back now and looks to give the fend off and then charge into space and kick it into the forward line. Couldn't bring it down Skinner, but it falls for Isabel Shannon. Shannon now kicking it forward into no man's land there. Oh, biting off more than she could chew. Kelsey Hill caught holding the football, just trying to run away with it, and got enveloped by the tackle. And the kick was looking for Bailey in the pocket, but it's cut off well by Hennessy.
Yeah, down behind play. It looks like April Crooks is still down. The trainer is out to her. She looks to be in a little bit of trouble here. So play will stop, be halted, while Hennessy has the footy. She's on her feet now, Crooks, which is a shame for the star of the North, who's had a pretty good game. Little limp up. She's being assisted off the ground by the trainers. So good to see.
Unfortunately, they've had a few injuries here today. But
yeah, a couple of nasty ones in the under-20s. We saw a dislocated shoulder and a concussion for a couple of players from the NTFA. Sophie Farrow from the North dislocated her shoulder, according to the coaching staff of the NTFA. Not sure who it was with concussion, but we hope that they do recover well. So out it comes for Hennessy. Hennessy's kick just misses the mark there and goes out of bounds. So ball in here on the paint of 50. 6 minutes gone in the third term rather. Fox takes it out of the ruck and bends it around. Courageous stuff going for the fly there was Skinner. She'll go back and get the footy. Somehow she manages to get a foot to the ball, but it's marked by Binns. Binns will look to cross across the face of goal. Dangerous kick. It's a 2-on-2 out here in favour of no one because it's even. Townsend gets wrapped up in a big tackle by Ellis, and she'll take a free kick, will Lily Ellis. She's got Barwick in the pocket if she wants. She goes in that direction finally, and the double grabber, unfortunately, didn't work out. Oh dear, trouble here as it's a big tackle by Isabella Shannon, and Shannon will go back and have a shot on goal. Now she is a beautiful kick of the footy.
Yeah, Barringer, just a lack of awareness there. Seemed to think she had an eternity and was quickly wrapped up by Isabella Shannon.
Yep, Isabella Shannon from a tough angle. Comes in towards goal just to the near side. Through from behind.
So 5-7-37, the SFL leading the NTFA 0-1-1. Fairly comprehensive 6-goal margin at the moment. Binns did really well to spoil that contest moments earlier. Can't be faulted for the scoreboard. The fullback of the NTFA, she's had her hands full, was fought on bravely as they'll try and get something going through the middle here. Slung as she kicked was Townsend, tumbling forwards. Cuthbertson will try and get in there. She wraps up her opposite number, but Hudson was able to get the handball away. Spilling wide, and he'll take it outside now to Limbrick. Limbrick was dealt with though, and now perhaps a chance. A good handball fall from Taylor, and she found Cameron. Cameron sends it deep, but Wogo's back there for the SFL though. She's won everything that's come away this afternoon, and she picks this one up true to form, and she'll send it outside the arc. Couldn't quite combine with Webster, just a bit too much. Webster ran on, tracked the ball pretty nicely. Now in dispute on the wing, still fighting hard as Webster. The handball came back inside to Cameron. The tackle laid, but somehow they managed to escape, and they'll chip the ball to half forwards. And
that's a great kick.
Yeah, made to earn the mark too.
Absolutely. So out here, I think it's Georgia Hill. Looks in towards a teammate in Cuthbertson. Couldn't quite take the mark. Mackie Sutcliffe riding her pretty closely, and we'll see a boundary throw in. How about the kick on the wing? Goodness me, Drewy.
Drilled it.
Yeah. So ball in. Georgie Bailey up against Sophie Townsend. It's one down. Taylor trying hard to get her hands on the footy. Umpire just lets it go, and we'll see a ball up again.
Well, you call for Taylor to get more involved. She's certainly getting hands on it a little more in this third term.
Absolutely. Georgie Bailey wins that one down. Big tackle laid there. Again, we'll see another stoppage. Hudson and Co coming through. Mora's got to get a free kick. No, it'll be a free kick going to Taylor, who cops one high. She looks up, pops the ball up. Nice mark. Coming out to meet the footy is Sinclair. So Sinclair, maybe a little bit on, maybe all right on her margin here. Pops it up. Who's down there? No one in particular. Mackie Sutcliffe's going to get there first. Can she pick up the ball? No. Odwogo went in hard. Nice pick up and clearance there by Limbrick. It's coming back though. If the NTFA can just get their hands on the footy. Handball came out towards Hudson from an opposition player. Archer shrugs past one, then just pops the ball on the boot out towards Taylor in the opposition colours. She goes one way, gets past Skinner rather. Barwick there, just went and got the footy. Two NTFA players go at the footy and then just scooped it out. Mora just threw it. I beg your pardon, it wasn't Mora at all. It was Alex Hall that threw it away. So it'll be a free kick going the way of Gemma Webster.
Been pretty busy this afternoon, Gemma Webster. Had plenty of the football. Generally used it pretty well. How will she use it on this occasion? She spots up Skinner. He's done a power of work for getting up and back and kicking 3 goals in between that. She's off there, Webster, and gone. That's just a little too eager to play on, and perhaps a chance now for the NTFA to open their account. It was a poor kick, should have been marked by Wiley. Dropped it, lets them back in. Odwogo fighting hard at ground level, trying to extract it. Ball spills out the side. Slung off the kick was Nicholas. Handball backwards. Now it's a chance for Bailey. Handball across to Mitchell. Mitchell works it forward in the direction of Barwick. Just eluded her though. Barringer was down there. Picked back up by Shannon. Shannon's handball got out. Some great tackling pressure being applied here, but no one can get the ball clean for the time being. It's popping around all over the place. Eventually spills out to Limbrick. Limbrick will send them deep. They've got a 2-on-1. The one's out the back, and it's Mitchell. If she can pick it up clean, it wouldn't quite sit for her. She went back to it, handballed it straight into the boot in the end of Cara Hennessy, and out for a throw-in.
Well, they were looking good there, the NTFA, as they kept the ball locked down back, but persistence from the SFL defenders, and they're able to clear it and get it straight up the other end and causing a bit more danger for the NTFA. Ball in. Right, contest one down by Hennessy. Here's a chance for Skinner. Skinner goes bang and just misses.
Almost number 4. The way she's been slotting him today, I just about had that one in the scorebook for her.
That's why I got so excited, Drew. I was thinking, jeepers creepers, she's going to kick 4. But anyway, Binns will bring the ball back out towards Hennessy. So Cara Hennessy at halfback gets called to play on. Left foot kick goes long into the middle of North Hobart Oval. Bouncing ball out the back was picked up nicely by Maddie Fry. They look okay here, just the kick was affected by a tackle. Now a chance for Claire Ransom. Threw it on the boot, but unfortunately landed in the arms of Hill. Hill's kick across the face of goal, not good. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell goes long towards Ford, through the fingertips of Ford. You know she's not going to give up. The handball came out to Binns. Binns goes out wider still, finds Kelsey Hill. Hill's kick goes out looking for a teammate out there in Brasendale. Brasendale's getting ridden hard there by the southern defender. Nicely done again by Brooke Barwick at the bottom of the pack. And we'll see a ball up.
So 2 minutes and 15 remaining in the third quarter. A result pretty much beyond doubt at this point, but the North certainly won't want to be shut out here. They'll be keen to at least find a goal, and they're battling away hard. They've just been a little bit outclassed around the ball at times today as the battle rages on the wing. Can anyone get a clean possession here? It's very, very tough. The umpire eventually calls for it. It's been pretty hot in the kitchen all afternoon there as Baldwin hands it back to the umpire. This time the hit out was won by Bailey. And that one just eluding Brasendale and falling out for the throw-in. So we're almost at the three-quarter time of break. Is there time for one more goal here before the siren sounds? Some strength shown by Cameron in the ruck contest. And good tackle was then laid by Binns again. Inside forward 50 go the south, quickly repelled. Somehow coming away with the ball was Ellis, showing some great speed to get away from the pack and then sends it forward. Deep inside 50, just unable to gather it was Barwick, was bumped off the ball. The umpire says over the shoulder, free kick to the NTFA, and Binns will try and sneakily take it quickly, but she'll be forced to go back behind the mark.
Yeah, that was definitely there, Drewy, as Binns goes across the face of goal out towards a teammate there in Georgia Hill. She dropped the mark and kept playing on. Well run around there by Georgia Hill. Her kick's not great because it lands in the arms of Phillips. Phillips goes short in towards forward 50. Barwick overran the footy. Nice little scooping handball up there by Shannon. Out the back again. Here's a chance for Perry King. King gets it back inboard as this one just sits inside the line. Clearance from Hennessy. And the umpire says throw it in, please. It's gone a long way towards the George Miller stand. We'll see a boundary throw-in.
So the Northern trainer just absolutely busting along to try and get a message to this contest, maybe to give them the clock update. There's 4 seconds left. Kick into the pocket. If Binns can deal with this, that will be three-quarter time. She did well enough. And there is the siren as the snap was offline anyway. But three-quarter time, and the SFL just kept on keeping on in that third quarter, continued on from where they left off in that second term. They've got a 37-point advantage now. It's 5-8-38 NTFA, who 0-1-1. Was that the first behind of the day? They kicked champs? I'm not sure. I don't think they've scored since the very early moments of this one.
Yeah, no. I was going to say, though, Drew, that the first half of that term, the NTFA looked really dangerous, and I think it was the movement of Deanne Taylor and Maggie Cuthbertson into the middle, just trying to get their bigger bodies around the footy to win the contest, and they're both beautiful kicks of the footy with those long penetrating kicks to just go over the top of the half-backs of the SFL. They just need a little bit more of that. It looks to me as if Gemma Blair might be done for the day. She's got a little bit of ice on the knee there as the SFL come in. They're 5-8-38, leading the NTFA, zip 1-1. Goal kickers for the SFL. 3 to Sarah Skinner, 1 to Grace Mitchell and 1 to Georgie Bailey, all coming in the second term, Drewy. So I'm not sure what the message is going to be at the NTFA level, but I might head down there and have a listen, I reckon.
All right, we'll let Shoes go do some investigating, and he'll come back with his report. I'll take a quick breather here, and we'll be back with the final term of the second rep game between the SFL and NTFA. Early in the day, it was the SFL under-20s who were victorious. The seniors look likely to follow in their footsteps. We'll be back with the final term for you very shortly. So we're back for the final quarter here at North Hobart Oval. It is the SFL leading the NTFA by 37 points. And out of breath, Chief Sailor just about to rejoin me with all the juicy gossip from inside the huddles as we're underway in the final term. Unsurprisingly, it's a Barwick on the bottom of the pack. Haven't seen that before. Eventually, the clear and kick as well, smothered by Perry King. And now a chance for the NTFA to go forwards. Can they get their first of the afternoon? Oh, it just wouldn't drop. Still perhaps a chance there for Sinclair. And now the handball goes out the side looking for Ransom. Going to be tough to get a clear and kick here. A strong tackle laid. And a stoppage inside 50.
Well, I probably left my run a little late there, Drewy, to get back up the stairs into the Divine Leadham commentary box, but it was worth going down to listen to the coaches as Odwogo breaks it out from halfback, sends it long up the wing. Nice kick. Well played there by Brooke Barwick, going back with the fly to the footy. Did well. Handballs off to a running Gemma Webster, who runs herself into trouble. Slipping over is Perry King. Good pressure from the NTFA. Cuthbertson comes through with strength. Kicked it off the ground. Tiana Ford got in the way and said, get out of my way. They're pushing and shoving here. Nice little handball back from Webster. Sutcliffe with a big long roost down towards Skinner, who read the ball beautifully. She's got a Georgie Bailey running back if she wants her. Doesn't come at the footy, does Georgie Bailey. Plays on to Skinner. Down towards Bailey with a big fly. She's got 3 to beat. Does well to bring the ball to ground. Kicks it away. Now chance out the back for Brooke Barwick. Brooke Barwick's quick. She handballs off to a running player there in Lembrick. Back to Skinner. Skinner spins out of trouble, but she's well held. Nicely done by the NTFA. And they should clear.
They should indeed, and they'll look to take it away here through Georgia Hill. Hill with the handball back to Brasendale. Brasendale further down the line. It's a nice mark taken there by Sinclair. Sinclair gets it moving quickly in towards Mora, who takes the mark and can assess her options now. She'll launch them to half forward with a good kick that spots up Taylor. This is good ball movement here from the NTFA, and they've got another free over the top here. A chance for Hill perhaps from the pocket, snapping it, and goes and hits the full forward. As their best passage of play all afternoon, from one pocket of the ground to the other. And a shot on goal coming up here.
For McKinnell, I think it is, Drewy.
So we'll see if she can thread the eye of the needle. It's a pretty difficult kick.
Oh,
onto the woodwork, is about to say, but not for her. Alas, denied by the post. But they're on the scoreboard for the first time since early in the match, so that's something as Odwogo looks to take them away. It's a great mark from McKinnell in the pocket leading out to it. And certainly, I think 4 kicks it took them to go the length of the ground.
Yeah, that was the best piece of play they've had all day. I just want to I know we've mentioned her quite a lot today, but Priscilla Odwogo looks so calm around the footy. She gets both hands on it. She picks it up, and then her kick every single time. Beautiful drop punts.
Yeah, so clean, and it's almost like she gets it. I think I mentioned earlier, takes a few steps, then the decision, right, where do I dispose of it? But she uses those first few steps, the explosiveness she has, to buy that room rather than getting the ball, thinking about, oh, who do I get it to now? She's off, and then while she's moving, she's making that decision. But I don't think she's lost a contest all afternoon. This one falls to Groves. Groves will send it inside 50, looking for McKinnell. McKinnell is going to be just escorted over the line there by Hudson. And a throw in forthcoming. So what was the message from the coaches? You've done all that running, so I hope we got something out of it.
He just wants consistency and a little bit more composure around the footy. That was the midfield coach that I was listening to. Angela Dickinson just wants her girls to just slow the footy down. We could see how it broke up in that play as they just slowly slowed down and just got the footy ahead of themselves and strung a few kicks together. As Barwick goes forward again, Tiana Ford's going to get there first, just goes one way then the other, the nature of the oval footy. Handballs off to Barwick, back to Barwick. They go inside forward 50. That was Brooke and Elise getting together. Now a chance for Bailey, who just got slung in a big tackle. Handball was looking for Binns, going through hard. There was Barringer, who's been one of the best for the North, but the only reason probably for that is that the ball's been down in her area so often. Skinner's tackled hard. Brilliant tackle by Barringer. We'll see a ball up.
Great contest that, and great repeat efforts from Barringer too. Kept going back in, and that's why defensive play has stood out today.
Yep.
It certainly has had a lot to do as Bailey tries to bring that one down. Barwick trying to wriggle free. It's tough to find room. Ford snaps around the corner and took an accommodating bounce in the end for Binns. Just set up nicely for her, so she gets it and just blasts it high into the sky. Was ill-directed though, straight to the south. Oh, great tackle though. Good pressure from Moore. And now the forward kick is just going to find an open player. They just had three options seemingly everywhere there, the south. And Jacinta Limbrick will go back for around about 40 out. Tough kick. She looks like she's going to have a job at it. So 6-goal margin, and in strides Jacinta Limbrick looking to extend that. She marches in. She just hooked that one a little to the top of the square. The distance was always going to be an issue. Juggled attempt at the mark. Unable to be completed, and Barwick will just let that one roll out of play.
So a boundary thrown inside the forward 50 for the south. Just watch Georgie Bailey here. I reckon she'll try and take it out of the ruck. Almost on cue, just over the top of her head it went. Now a chance as they go out through Hill. Can't get it away. Nicholas has tried hard all day. Hill went back in and tried to get it too. Nicholas battling with King. King wins out. Spinning kick around the corner. Goes towards Mora. Mora just paddles it forward. Coming through with pace was Phillips. Got wrapped up in a tackle, and happy to see a ball up here. So Fox up in the ruck against Townsend. Phillips lays a shepherd. King gets tackled by Nicholas. Nicholas does well. She's a terrier as a kick comes out here now. Scooping underneath her legs was Fox. Now the handball out to Brasendale. Brasendale goes longer still, looking for Sinclair. Does it sit for her? Oh, the ball just eludes her there, and picking it up nicely was Ellis, but she got trapped by Brasendale. Ellis just kept going. Now a chance for the south as Farrow gets her kick away. She's been one of the best for the Southerners. Is now Townsend. Townsend's kick finds Hill. Hill goes long. Nice mark here. And the North look to attack through Sinclair. Sinclair with a short one. Finds Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson, if she looks, has got Townsend in the middle. Goes in that direction, and rather it's Radford. This is better from the North as Bradford looks up, goes long, and Wogo's in the area just through her fingertips. Sutcliffe, there's a chance over the back here. If Cameron can pick it up, it just eludes her and goes through for a behind. Frustrating.
It's cruel. It's cruel. Big Cecilia Cameron, the ruck woman there, couldn't quite get down low enough, and it just wouldn't roll for her. They had the 2-on-1 out the back. You thought for sure they were going to get that breakthrough goal, not to be, but there still might be a chance here if Radford can pick it up, but she's immediately under pressure after she can get that clean initial touch. Breaking away as Lily Ellis. Change of direction was sharp and then turned back onto the left, kicked it. Two teammates spoil each other. Not enough talk there between the NTFA, and the South will look to bounce away with it through Barwick. Sends it forward, looking for Shannon. Now it's Brooke Barwick with it, and she turns and shows some pace and looks to send them inside 50, but Binns will lead Fox to the ball here. They'll compete at ground level. Binns just keeping in front of her. Knew she had the teammate in support, worked it to her, but she's now wrapped up. And in the end, they fight out a draw. Another stoppage inside 50. 7 minutes and a quarter remaining in the final term here. It's the SFL with the victory, but the Northerners would dearly love a goal before the end. This one swung dangerously, and it's well marked by Shannon. Juggled her on the chest, one-handed. Really sharp stuff from Isabella Shannon, who's been lively in that forward line this afternoon. And she'll go back here and look to slot through the 6th of the day for the SFL. She does just that, puts it through the middle. And it's 6-8-44, a 41-point advantage now for the SFL.
Well, brilliant work by Isabella Shannon. We know she's a lovely kick. She's come down to go to university, and she's playing with the University Rainbows down here, listed with AFLW club St Kilda. And great to have her here representing the south of Tasmania now.
Yeah, handy pickup for the SFL. An AFLW player in there.
Just slides right into the Uni Rainbows forward line just nicely. And sitting on top of the ladder, along with their Lindisfarne 2 Blues counterparts. who played in a really tightly contested battle on Friday night, with Lindisfarne getting the chocolates there. So Georgie Bailey in the ruck. Coming through hard was Taylor. Gee, I like the way she goes about it. Just threw it away there was Gemma Webster. And it comes out for Nicholas. Her kick goes forward. It's going to find Archer. Archer just needs the ball to sit for her here, or she keeps it in front of herself nicely. Now Nicholas just burrowing in. Should get a free kick for a high tackle. No, umpire said play on. Now with the hands up was Baldwin. Off to Webster. Webster feigns the handball and just gets her kick forward. It's all North down here, but Isabella Shannon comes out. Handball's off to Georgie Bailey. Throws it on the boot. That's a big long roost, but Binns read it best. Oh, she dropped the mark though. Nice tackle laid there by Barwick. Out the chance now for Mitchell. Mitchell's handball just missed everyone in altogether. Taylor and Binns. No one can just gather the footy here. Scrappy stuff, and somehow it just popped out the back, squeezed out like a piece of soap. Barwick inside, handball's off to Shannon, back to Barwick. Barwick gets her hands free, looking for Shannon, can't quite. Hennessy's there. Nice work by Brasendale. Out it comes for Nicholas, who's been one of the best for the North. Goes forward again, diving on the footy. That was an excellent effort by the ruck there in Cameron. Couldn't quite get it though. The South clear the footy. Out it comes for Nicholas. Nicholas has Mora out on the wing. Mora now with a nice little chip kick, but going back with a flight over the back. Here's a chance for Wiley. Wiley's just besieged upon out the back. Here's a chance for the North. Through the fry. Brilliant tackle. Brilliant work there by Jenna Farrow. Just never gave up and caught her holding the footy.
Desperation from Farrow. She was about to stroll into an open goal. Pulls out the full-on Superman dive and grabs a fistful of shirt, brings her down. Superb stuff. Jenna Farrow saves the goal. That defensive unit of the SFL is determined not to concede one, as this one's worked forward in the direction of Stacey Fox, who keeps it in, and they've got some numbers here, the SFL. If they can keep the ball in motion, they did it nicely. Fox worked it to Mitchell. Mitchell into the square. It was dropped there, though, by Ford, and they might be able to force a stoppage. It's the Northern defence that holds on there. But look, Jenna Farrow, as a goalkeeper in soccer, she's well aware of the value of a clean sheet.
Yeah, you'd know her quite well, wouldn't you, through her football association. Fox takes it out of the ruck, almost got a kick away there, caught holding the footy. So it'll be a free kick going the way of the North. Hennessy, who's stepped up in the last half, has done a really good job down back. Nice kick out towards Nicholas. Good mark there. Her kick out wide towards Mora. Mora has Baldwin to deal with. Baldwin just got buried by Cuthbertson and will be rewarded with a free kick. Umpires says, no, bring it back, thanks. So it'll be a free kick going to Baldwin. Baldwin decides to go short, out towards Webster. Webster gets called to play on. Nicholas just standing the mark. Kicks it inside. Hennessy. Clearing kick out wide. This will be a free kick going to the South. No, they're not playing that one, are they? It'll be a boundary throw-in. I thought they were doing the 50 to 50.
Yeah, I'm not overly sure.
No, neither am I, to be honest.
They were in the 20s.
They definitely were.
Maybe not for seniors. So back into play at Tumbles, just taken out of the ruck by Bailey. Her kick chopped off back there though, and some good pressure came in from the side. Diving on the ball was Kelly, but coming through the other way, Perry King. Oh, well done, Skinner. She has marked everything that's been within 5 square metres of her today, Skinner. She has got just, I don't know,
hit a talk.
Such clean hands. Tubes calls for the talk. From 60 it might be a bit beyond her, but she's going to launch it deep all the same, and it's a great kick. Well, she had the numbers out back, and striding into an open goal is Stacey Fox, who slots through and brings up the half century for the SFL. And just a little bit too easy there.
This is a different side, SFL side that played the NWFL last week. Just a different side. They look confident. They look desperate to attack in groups. And it's going to be a good win to the SFLW.
7-8-50, 3 straight behinds. Pretty comprehensive stuff. When it was 2-1 at quarter time, locked in an arm wrestle. We were expecting three more quarters of that, really. A really tight battle. Neither side probably able to kick away, but really since quarter time, the SFL have just put the foot down on the accelerator and they have gotten the job done. It's been very impressive stuff. Throwing herself at that one was Cuthbertson, who's lifted, but it's not been enough to change her side's fortunes. Barwick's been very impressive. Dropped that one though. Now they'll try and get free here through Taylor. Good tackle laid there. Can anyone get this one away? Barwick in there, burrowing away, as is Townsend, and eventually Gemma Webster. She was mown down from behind though. Radford leading to the ball here. She picks it up. Just gets away from Ellis and then sends it forward to Sinclair. Sinclair lost her feet. Farrow kept hers. There's the difference, but she recovered nicely, Sinclair. Farrow must have just got a handball away. No, that's going to be a free kick paid. So Jenna Farrow maybe just dealt with afterwards. Just the big up and under there to centre wing. Handball forward. Taylor's lurking if they can find her. But the final siren has rung out here at North Hobart. The SFL most comprehensive of victors, 7-8-50, defeat the NTFA 3 behinds 3. It was a pretty dominant showing from the Southerners today, Chiefs.
Oh, an absolutely dominant game here from the Southerners. I'll tell you what, that back line for the South in Sutcliffe, Archer, Odwogo, Wiley, Farrow and Hudson at times has just been impenetrable. They've been unbelievable all day, along with the midfielders like Barwick, all three of them, let's name them all. Ransom was good in that third term, really did some great stuff. Jenna Farrow, I mentioned already. Georgie Bailey up forward, kicked a goal. We got the goal scorers for you. Sarah Skinner, probably almost best on ground. I'm not sure how you feel about that. She had 3 goals. Grace Mitchell has 1. Isabella Shannon has 1. Stacey Fox and Georgie Bailey, as I mentioned. But you just go through the list of players. Perry King was excellent all day. Priscilla Odwogo was, if she wasn't best on ground in the first half, she just, everything that come near her, she repelled. It was like oil and water. Unbelievable stuff. For the NTFA, I thought Crooks was good until she went off with a corky. I thought Georgia Nicholas battled away all day. Ebony Barringer down back was excellent, as was Cara Hennessy. Georgia Hill was good in patches too. Deanne Taylor came into the game, as did Maggie Cuthbertson. But the SFL just doing it clean, doing it in packs, doing it together were really excellent.
Yeah, I think well-worthy victors. Michaela Beard's probably the other one.
The other one, yeah, we should mention her. Yes, well done.
Fantastic. Yeah, I would agree for Sarah Skinner being best on ground. It wasn't just the 3 goals she kicked, it was the ability to mark the ball at half forward, up on the wing, present a target. So often when the NTFA would go forward, they couldn't find that mark. The ball would hit the deck and it would turn into a contest. When the SFL went forward, so often it was Sarah Skinner taking a contested mark, and that just meant bang, we can launch the ball deep inside 50. She was fantastic today.
I'm going to go the 3-2-1s right now. I'll go 3 for Skinner, 2 to Brianna Barwick, and 1 to Priscilla Odwogo. I thought Barwick through the middle just provided a lot of strength around the contest for the South, something they were definitely lacking in that NWFL game. And yeah, I think that they just dominated the scoreboard and they dominated around the ground.
They did indeed. So a 47-point victory doesn't get much more comprehensive than that, although it does only see them finish second in this tri-series. The Northwest Coast having that all sewn up before this weekend. 2 wins from 2 last week, which the man on my left is still smiling about.
I'm still smiling about it. It's great stuff as a Northwest boy, but I do love all of the women's footy all across the state. That has been the Women's Statewide All-Stars Series. It wraps up for 2021. With the SFL running out victors 7-8-50 to the NTFA zip 3-3. My name is Tubes Taylor. Drew Cooling has been alongside me today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, we'll see you at the footy.